Hey, what's going on, dudes and dudettes? It's Pip Surfer with another daily update for the Cowabunga system. Today's Tuesday, May 18th, 2010. Hope y'all are doing great. Just going to go ahead and get right into today's update. I have opened my 15-minute, my 4-hour chart. You can see it on the 4-hour chart if I open this up. Had a nice long downtrend here. And the last trend change candle that we had was back on the 12th this month. And I'm going to move back my chart so you can see what it looked like. So this is what my chart looked like at the start of my day, and I have not had any new trend change candles since my last trend change. Therefore, the trend was still down, and at the start of my day I'm only looking for short trades. Now if I zoom through today's action, you can see that we did have just some range bound movement. However, no new trend change candles formed during our session. Therefore the trend is still down, and the entire day I only look for short trades. So it's pretty simple when there's no trend change candles in the middle of our day. Alright, so now I'm going to move, this is my 15-minute chart, and I'm moving back to before midnight so you can see what it looked like. But before I start trading, I want to take a look at the news events for the day. You can go to babypips.com, click on this Tools tab, and it'll automatically bring up the news events for the day. Today is the 18th, and just make sure this time zone drop-down bar is set to your correct time zone. It is -4 for me. And I'm looking for news that affects either the UK or the US. So under this currency column, I'm looking for stuff that says GBP or USD. And at 4:30, you can see a whole bunch of UK reports. And this is a normal time to see news reports for the UK. And we did have CPI there and retail price index for the UK. So I'm jotting that time down. If I move down at 8:30, you can see I had a couple of US reports. This is for the producer price index. So I'm going to mark that down as well. And those were really the only two time areas to watch out for today. So 4:30 and 8:30, I'm just jotting that down in a notepad. And you can do the same thing, or you can set some kind of alert or an alarm to let you know when those news events are coming out, because you don't want to be in the market when those reports come out, because oftentimes those can create sporadic movements, and it's not really indicative of what's actually going on in the market. So that's why we don't trade, or we're not in the market during those times, because we don't want some kind of knee-jerk reaction to take us out of a trade. Even though sometimes it can go in our way, more often than not it's very sporadic, and we're trying to trade based on what the market is saying, and those news reports don't really give an overall picture as to what the market is saying, rather than it just sometimes provides knee-jerk movements, and that's why we don't play into that. Alright, so now I'm ready to move my chart forward. Basically, we have our news events ready. We know we're only looking for short trades, and that's really the only thing that we're overly concerned about. So now we're ready to start our day, and I'm going to move my chart forward one candle at a time and give you my thought process along the way, so you can see what I'm looking at. And again, I'm looking for short trades only, so I'm looking for a crossover to the short side, and that will be my first indicator to see. And here we do get a crossover to the short side. Now let me just move back. This is the 4:30 candle, so this is the news candle right here. This is the candle right after it. RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down. MACD has gone from positive to negative, so this is a valid entry. Again, it's after our news candle, so this is okay to trade. So we want to enter at the close of the candle, or as close to it as possible. In this case, it's at 44.41. Our stop will be at the most recent swing high at 45.17. And our let's see, our target will be at the near 0.50 level, and that is at 4,400. So it gives us about 41 pips of potential profit. So that's okay. And so now our next news event is until 8:30, so we're okay there. And so now we'll just let the trade run its course. And again, I'm thinking in my head, if I'm not out of the trade by 8:30, which is the next news event, then I'm going to go ahead and manually exit. And at this point, it looks like I might not be out of the trade. So here's 8 o'clock, 8:15 now. I'm still not out of the trade. So at this point, I know news is coming out at 8:30, so I'm going to go ahead and exit. I'm just going to close at the close of this candle, and that's at 44.53. So we do take a slight loss there, but again, we're cutting our losses because we know news is coming out at 8:30. And so here's the 8:30 candle. And so now I'm not in the trade, I'm not in the market at this point, but I'm still looking for short trades. So I'm still watching the market, even though that last trade didn't pan out as I had hoped. Now here's another crossover. This is at 10:15. RSI is below 50. Stochastics are trending down. MACD has again gone from positive to negative. So this is a valid entry. No news events coming out. Now, if I'm still in the trade by noon, then I will exit. I'll manually exit. But you know, that's just, or I'll use my discretion. Just kind of gonna look at it because our trading time does end at noon. So you just want to use your discretion if you happen to be in the market by that time still. So we're going to go ahead and enter at the close of this candle. It's at 44.58. Our stop will be at the most recent swing high, which is at 44.96. Now this is at 44.58. Our nearest 50 or 0 level is at 44.50. Of course, that's not enough potential profit there to make it worth our while. So we're going to go for the same amount of pips we're risking on this trade. So we'll take our stop at 44.96 and subtract it from our entry at 44.58. We get a difference of 38 pips. Now you just subtract 38 from our entry at 44.58, and we get a target at 44.20. Okay? So now we're ready, and we can just let our trade run its course. And you can see that at 11 o'clock our target was hit. Now it didn't make a clean break, so you just want to exit as close to that target as you can. So I'm going to go ahead and exit at 44.20, as close as you can get to it. Now if you can't get outright at that target, then that's okay too, but that level is just an indication of what you want to do. Now I got out right at the target because I know it's late in my day, so I'm going to go ahead and just exit right at my target at 44.20. And again, it's not a hard set limit, so you might have gotten out a little below that, a little above that, but again, that's just more of an indicator to let you know when you should think about exiting or whether to go for more. In this case, since it's late in the day, I'm just going to go ahead and exit, and that pretty much ends the day. So we had two trades. One didn't pan out as nice as we'd wanted to, but again, it saved us, you know, cut some of our losses. And then the second trade of the day, we did end up getting a win there. So not too bad for today. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Post it in the blog. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. But that's it for today's update. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cowabunga, dudes.